Today, we had a necessary conversation about the men and women who have made the highest commitment to this country and what we owe them in return. Let me be very, very clear. This administration is failing our veterans. Thousands of veterans, federal employees, have been wrongfully fired by this administration. Critical VA benefits and services have been gutted. And now President Trump is threatening another forever war in the Middle East. And there is talks about putting American boots on the ground. 7 soldiers have been tragically lost because of the military action in Iran, and over 140 soldiers have been injured. When our service members come home, they should not be facing long wait times, delayed benefits, and broken promises. Their families shouldn't be left wondering if they're going to have health insurance or a roof over their head. Our veterans deserve more than our words of gratitude. They deserve our action and support. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to introduce a champion for American families, a fighter for the working class, our distinguished leader, Hakeem Jeffries.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be here in Orange County with Congressman Derek Tran. I'm so thankful for his leadership, for his commitment to the people of the communities that he is privileged to represent. Of course, for his service to the nation as an Army veteran, and now his service to the nation and to the state of California and to these communities as a distinguished member of the House of Representatives. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with so many other distinguished colleagues in government, as well as leaders of the veterans community here in Orange County. And it was wonderful to participate in the roundtable with them, to learn firsthand about the issues of importance to veterans here in Orange County. And it is our highest responsibility and our highest commitment as members of Congress to always ensure that we are standing up to protect the dignity and respect of the veterans who have served America. And we were able to reiterate that commitment here at our roundtable today, including as it relates to making sure we see to completion the establishment of the first Veterans Cemetery here in Orange County. We will partner together to get that done. Yeah. Congressman Tran indicated these are also very challenging and perilous times. Veterans in America have been under assault from the Trump administration from day one, where thousands of veterans who work for our federal government, after serving the country in uniform, were unceremoniously fired, having their livelihoods ripped away from them. Shame on the administration for engaging in that type of egregious behavior, while at the same time pretending as though they're standing up to cherish our veterans. And now, unfortunately, as I travel the country, hearing from veterans who feel betrayed by an administration where candidate Trump promised not to get the country in another endless and deadly conflict in the Middle East, only to get the country involved in a potentially endless and already deadly conflict, war of choice in the Middle East. We believe that taxpayer dollars should be spent to make life more affordable for the people of Orange County, for the veterans, and for everyday Americans, as opposed to finding billions of dollars somehow to drop bombs in the Middle East, but the administration can't find a dime to make health care more affordable, a dime to make housing more affordable, or a dime to lower the cost of the grocery bills that everyday Americans confront when they go to the supermarket. Our commitment will continue to be, and I'm so thankful for Congressman Tran's leadership in this regard, we're going to fight hard to lower the high cost of living We're going to fight hard to fix our broken healthcare system. And we're going to fight hard to protect and cherish our veterans, not disrespect them, and to ensure that veterans are able to receive their hard-earned benefits. These aren't entitlement programs. These are hard-earned benefits that we want to ensure can continue to be delivered and are not cut, and that the veterans of Orange County, the veterans of America, are always treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve. Thank you.
Congressman Correa, are you still here? All right, Assemblywoman Sharon Quisova, would you like to make a few comments?
Good afternoon, everybody. Assemblymember Sharon Quirk-Silva. Just very proud to stand with these distinguished veterans, but also congressional members, the Leader of the House, Hakeem Jeffries. And we know that his interest in what happens in Orange County is going to push us to completion with this cemetery that we have been working towards over a decade now, and we are closer than ever with the support of the federal government, with this congressional delegation that moved forward with a $10 million grant and us to be on the conforming federal list for this veteran cemetery at Gypsum Canyon. So the finish line is in sight. This team has worked diligently for over a decade to get there, and we will get there, because the promise to our veterans for a final resting place is not only vital, but we know our veterans are dying, particularly the veterans that have served in wars from the past, and this is our pledge and promise to them. Thank you so much.
My honor to welcome up Mayor of Buena Park, Connor Trout. Mr. Mayor, thank you for hosting us in your beautiful city.
Thank you. Thank you, Leader and representatives. Connor Trout, proud mayor here in Buena Park. So much about what we do here at the local level is about keeping our promise to thanking our veterans, not through just a handshake, but fulfilling promises in policy, in programs, and in action. I'm so proud to serve in a city that does just that, serving our veterans with housing, affordability projects, and real services on mental health care and healthcare services that they have earned and deserve. And I thank those that are standing around me for stepping up and taking action to fight for our veterans, to fight for those being called into this needless war of choice, and for those having the backs of our community here in Buena Park, in Orange County, and across this nation. I say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have time for a few questions if anyone has any.
Congressman Derek Tran, I would like to have a question that if the government failed to provide the support for the veterans, what's the message that you guys send to American people, especially for the Vietnamese Americans who have children serving in military right now?
Yeah, thank you for that question. You know, I think the message that's being sent by the Republican-controlled House and the Republican administration is one that, you know, they want to spend $800 million a day on a war in the Middle East rather than to make sure families are being fed. You know, they want to put our children's who don the uniform at risk rather than to make sure that our kids have enough food at their schools, right? This is something that we see with this administration and the Republican-controlled House and Senate, and I think it's time that we take our power back and we make sure that we don't entangle ourselves in any more forever wars. There does not need to be another American life that has to be lost from this war of choice. Next question. Yeah, I think the whole point of today is to give the leader, Hakeem Jeffries, an opportunity to listen and really participate with the panelists that are veterans, what are the core issues of Orange County that we're seeing here. And what we're hearing is clear. The cemetery at Gypsum Canyon is a priority. Taking care of our veterans to make sure that they have enough money for tuition and their families are taken care of with a roof over their head while they go to school and try to make a better life for themselves is a priority. That's something that we're going to take back to Washington, D.C. to make sure that we're going to deliver on. Oh, Leader.
One of the things that certainly has come out of the roundtable discussion, in addition to what Congressman Tran mentioned, which is just renewing our commitment to ensuring that we are taking care of the veterans and the veterans' families here in Orange County, the people who have served and sacrificed for us. We must always be there for them. But the importance of the Gypsum Canyon Cemetery was an important part of the discussion, and it was elevated in a way where I'm committed to having all of the conversations that I need to have with state, local, and federal officials, including members of the administration back in Washington and our governor here in California, to ensure that we see this incredibly important project to completion. I mentioned during the roundtable that my father served in the Air Force, including spending some time in post-World War II Germany. Passed away a few years ago and is now buried at the Dayton Veterans Cemetery in Ohio. And in the midst of the tragedy of losing a father, losing the patriarch, losing a loved one, just the dignity and respect with which we were able to bury our father and the respect that was shown to him, as is shown to every veteran who is buried in a veteran cemetery, reinforced for me why it's so important to get this project done here in Orange County, and together we will get it done.
Woo. We got last question over here. Did you still have your question, ma'am? Okay. Final question.
Can I have a question with the Leader Jeffries?
Sure.
Sir, right now the war in Iran starting to have custody for American members. So what the Congress will to do to not let this administration drag the American into a prolonged war? And you, as a leader, what's your message to send to the American family who has the children, their family members going to the war right now?
We mourn the loss of the 7 heroic, patriotic servicemen and women who've already been killed in this conflict, and we're going to continue to stand squarely behind their family members and loved ones who have now been left behind, killed in Donald Trump's war of choice. We also are going to continue to support those servicemen and women who are being currently put into harm's way needlessly as a result of this unilateral decision made by Donald Trump without making any attempt to justify it to the American people or to Congress, but now are finding themselves in the midst of an all-out conflict in the Middle East that involves more than a dozen countries without any clear plan that has been articulated by the Trump administration, any set of objectives, because they change every day, and certainly any exit strategy to prevent America from being dragged into another endless war when we've seen how it ends in the Middle East as a result of recent conflicts. We will always stand behind our servicemen and women, but we have to hold those in suits and ties who are making reckless decisions in Washington, as this president and administration have now done, to reverse course. And that is our commitment. And upon our return to Washington, we will bring another War Powers resolution to the floor of the House of Representatives and put people on record as it relates to the decision to recklessly get involved in this war, and to try to find just a handful of Republicans to join the House Democrats and the efforts that are being led by Congressman Tran and others who have served this country in uniform to end this reckless war of choice before any more American lives are lost.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.